Hello folks, this is what I call a spare parts project. When you fabricate things, you invariably end up with a slew of spare parts. You can keep these on hand as spares for when something breaks, or you can see what you can build from them. In this case, I had an extra DC distribution panel from my solar panel projects, right over here, and I had an extra Pelican box from making my Faraday cages. Here is what I came up with. A portable DC distribution panel. Often you see these in conjunction with a battery box, but I thought, what if you didn't want or need to lug a battery around? What if there was a scenario where cars would not run, but their batteries were still good? I wouldn't need to transport the heavy battery, just the means to draw its power. This particular panel has two cigarette outlets for providing power to inverters or other compatible devices. Those are these two outlets here. It also has two USB ports, one at 1.1 amps and one at the 2.1 amps, in order to charge iPads or other larger USB devices. Right now I'm powering it off of my Goal 0350, but over to the right hand side you can see I do have the battery clamps that would allow me to attach it to any 12 volt battery that I might find. A couple of nice things about this distribution panel is it has a voltage display up in the upper left, and then each one of these outlets has a rocker switch that individually turns them on and off, and there is a 15 amp breaker here in the middle for all four of these. Well, actually all three. But you can see I turn this on, little blue light goes on for the USB ports. I turn it off, little blue light goes out. So it's a nice way of making sure that whatever you're charging doesn't inadvertently run your battery down too far. Now, if you think this idea is worth replicating, you can find pre-built distribution panels like the one I have on eBay, or you can purchase the cigarette outlets individually. At a minimum, to replicate the design, you'll need the following. A small box to mount things on. This doesn't have to be a Pelican case, it can be as simple as a Tupperware bowl. Just don't let your wife catch you stealing the Tupperware bowls. You'll then need a set of clamps to attach it to the battery terminals, along with wires, a miscellaneous fittings, and a crimper. You will then need a set of terminal posts to connect your battery clamps to your panel or to the wiring of your outlets. Those are rated for 30 amps and I purchased them off of eBay. You'll then probably want some way to put a fuse in to protect your battery from getting, if it shorts out, it can really damage your battery. So you want to have a fuse. A simple automotive inline fuse holder can solve that problem for you. You don't have to use a little circuit breaker type that I have. And then you need just put some automotive 15 or 30 amp fuses. I wouldn't go higher than that in there though. Then a switch, so you can turn everything on and off without having to unplug things. And then finally, your little cigarette holders or outlets that you plug your inverters or your little USB adapter chargers into. And you would wire these up all in parallel, not in series. Now, if you don't feel crafty that you can put something like that together, I actually have a very simple solution for you. They sell these little guys. It's a cigarette outlet on a set of battery clamps. Simply open it up, take your little USB adapter for your iPhone or your iPad, plug that in there, and away you go. Or if you had an inverter, you could plug your inverter in here as well, but it's kind of all in one, kind of really small. Could put it in your bug out bag or backpack, and there you have a source of alternate power if you come across a car with a battery that's still working. Well, that's it, folks. Use the comments to let me know what you think of this solution. As always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.